Greetings, my fellow FNMA and Freddie warriors. So today in the morning, the Scott Besant was on a Maria Bartolomeo show, Morning Maria, and after that the stock went like 5% down, and we are still down. It is like 12:01 a.m. The main question is, why is that happening? So one part is the short sellers, but that's not the only stuff. It is actually ambiguity. The question is that in case that I invest something, at least I want to know what is going on. If I put my life saving or part of it into some investment like future IPO, at least you know what you're dealing with. With Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, we don't have that. First, we don't know what is going on with SPS. No matter what, it is like not solved, and that's it. Then those junior preferred shares, what will happen with them? Most probably they will be written off or paid at par or maybe at market value. So we don't know that. Third, we don't know the structure. We don't know how many shares will be in IPO. So we don't know nothing. And Scott Besant, Ludwig, Howard, and Pulte, and Trump expect that we invest to raise the price up to $50 a share, and that we don't know what will happen. It's okay for me to invest, to put my life savings in case that I know approximately what will happen. We are now in a ball range of 10 and 1,000, and or 5 and 1,000. It doesn't matter how much, what is the lower and upper, or 5,000. But we don't know. It is much better for us as investors. And what is the problem with that? If the Scott Besant and Howard Lutnick want to sell the warrants to any bank, say like whatever, they are selling the warrants, and they want to sell, and they expect that bank pay $50. Why would bank pay $50 if the market value of that share is 10, and it cannot grow because there is those obstacles? We don't know what will happen with $300 billion debt that which should be written off to the company. We have another $30 billion in junior preferred shares. We don't know that. We don't know how many shares and will the warrant will be executed. We don't know the timing when it will be. It may happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So what is the reason for me as investor to invest something that I don't know anything, and to expect to drive the price? For example, they probably expect, they tell us something like a good news, and they think that stock price will go skyrocket up. That they expect that we drive the price up. So that is like soft target for short sellers, and short sellers are using that ambiguity and unknown in their favor, because we are not sure should we stay in an investment or not. And they need to be determined, say, okay, this is happening with SPS, this is happening with this debt, this is happening with this debt, this is the timing, this is the what we'll do. Are we gonna uplist, are we gonna IPO, whatever? At least they need to know that we that we know what is happening. This is like you're investing, you throw the money in the river and hope that it will pop out more. Literally, it is like we know that, we hope it will happen. Not even we know, we hope. What is, we hear a couple of words from Besant and Pulte and Horwick, and we invest in our life savings into it. And they said, tomorrow they will change. At least we need to know something. And it is not fair, that is like we invested like 10 years ago, we are waiting for this moment. At least they should take and tell us because something is happening, at least to tell us what is happening that we can take, and like that we're able to push the price up, and what is the interest for them, for us to push the price up so they can sell the warrants for more. If they want to sell the warrants for 50, they cannot expect that we push the price for 50 because they throw and even what is making the bigger problem, because it sounds like some people know about a lot, and us common guys who are no one, we don't know nothing. And this is the biggest IPO in the history, where every citizen of US who have the bank account, even the foreigners, can buy the shares now, not just the accredited investors. So every mom and dad can take and buy the shares, and they keep it secret. They keep it in a fog, and it only implies the conclusion that is happening because they want that happens for the people who they told what will happen, and we who don't know, good luck, for everything in life. These are worker song by the Dropkick Murphys, so it's worker song. And they said that the guy who is in the in the line, the worker guy is always the last one. So, but it's not fair. It's our company too. We invested, waited for 10 years, and now we have nothing. They suddenly they will appear, and they're but the whole idea is that somebody knows, and those somebody investing, and they expect us to push the price up so they can make them even more money from the company, and they already took billions of dollars. So just to be the fair game, that is the what we want. Okay, this at least that we know what is going on. They said shorter sellers are the problem, but they're the consequence of the ambiguous situation. Stay well.